watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I want to discuss Battle's first full length for Warp Records, and that is Mirrored. Now, overall, I like this record, but I think it's more that I like this record from an aesthetic point of view. Like, I liked how they had the crash cymbal way up, and how the drums were a certain color, and everything was color coordinated, not just the drums, and how the guys, like, in the band will be, like, they'll have two guitars strapped over their back, and they'll be playing a keyboard, and then they'll stop the keyboard for a second and grab one of the guitars and play a part. And I like that from an aesthetic sense. Like I said, like, visually it's very pleasing. And as far as the overall design of this album and the design of the songs, again, like I said, from sort of a design perspective, this record is a blast. But the only two songs on here that I love are Atlas and Race Out. And I don't even love the first half of Race Out. It feels like I'm just waiting for the second half, where finally one of the songs on here just sort of let loose and they just go for it. And Race Out, the second half, or the end rather, of Race Out is the only track that does this. Like, you just want the guys in this band to just kind of give it and just go for it and just like rock out or whatever and like just get thrashy and heavy. But I just get this vibe that those guys would just feel that, like, the guys in the band, at least at this point, would feel that that was just something they couldn't have been less interested in. And it's a shame, because with how strong and how catchy Race Out ends, I just wish that there had been more of those elements tossed into the rest of the record, because it's almost like these songs were constructed from more of like an architectural sense of songwriting. Like, it was like the guys in the band were like, holy fuck, let's see how complex we can make things. You know, there's this band from Canada called Rush, and they had this record called 2112, and we are going to try and do that in our own completely unique way. And I mean, they pulled it off. I do really like Battles, and I really like this record, but I just don't love this record. And I feel that the song lengths are just all over the place. Like, one song will be a minute, and then another song will be 8 minutes. One song will be 3 minutes. The other song will be 7 minutes. One song will be 30 seconds. Another song will be 6 minutes. And whereas I should be used to that by now, and most of the time I find that, especially with Warp Records releases, a lot of songs do that. One song will be 7 minutes. Another song will be 30 seconds. Something about it happening here bothered me. And I think what it's rooted in is I just want the guys in the band to just kind of go nuts. I want them to just, like, give it, like, get fucking hard and heavy. Like, implement more elements of the end of Race Out sort of into the rest of the record, but at the same time, I would still like to see them get a little faster and a little thrashier. Sort of like what Square Pusher did with Just a Souvenir. You know, like, I'm glad he got as sort of thrashy as he did, and I just find it disappointing that the guys in Battles didn't do it on this record. So, yeah. I think I will stop there. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed Battle's first full-length record for Warp Records, released sometime in the early 2000s. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But please, most importantly, do not forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. I'm gonna go. Have a good night.